Hello everyone, welcome back to another Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle. So before we get into the Wi-Fi battle, first of all, I want to give a little bit of update and apologize for not uploading for, I think it's been a week now. Yeah, it was a feeling so great when I wanted to record, and every time I got to record, I always got interrupted, so I kind of just put it off until I finally got time to record it. So I apologize if anyone actually wanted to see the other rounds of the RU tournament. Not to mention, I was kind of having some technical difficulties with my phone. Yeah, for some strange reason, it decided not to line up. For some strange reason, it just didn't want to line up like the first couple of times I did it. And it just frustrated me, so I just gave up on it. So yeah, with that out of the way, this is the second round of the RU tournament I had a while back. Again, this is against Ray, and his team looks like it's going to be a chore since it's filled with everything that is pretty much bulky. Because he's got Slowbro, Gigalith, Mandibuzz, a Bronzong, a Mega Blastoise. I mean, it's obviously going to be Mega Blastoise. This is RU, and an Umbreon. So yeah, let's get into the battle, shall we? Okay, so he leads off with. I lead off with my Venusaur. Well, he actually leads off with Slowbro. I'm actually surprised to see Slowbro being used in RU since it's not really, it hasn't been that well used in a while. Its Mega is in UU, I think, and Slowbro is in NU, so I'm actually glad someone decided to use it. So yeah, knowing fully well it's a Psychic type, I go into my Ninetales to set up the sun and take a hit. Then I know fully well that it can't really do much to me, so I was going for Nasty Plot, but he switches out and goes into Mandibuzz, and then I get hit with a knockoff, and that takes away my Heat Rock, limiting him. So next time the sun goes out, I'll be limited back to 5 turns. Now he switches out and goes into his Gigalith. It's a good thing I didn't really go for Solar Beam, because I don't think it would do that much. So he goes into the Gigalith, gets the sand up. I go for the Fire Blast, and because of the special defense boost and a Gigalith's decent special defense, I think it's a base 80, it's able to take it pretty well. So now I decide to just risk it all and go for the Willis to burn the Gigalith, since Gigalith does hit pretty hard. Even uninvested, it still hits pretty hard. But he goes for the Rock Slide and miss. So lucky for me, I get to preserve my Ninetales for another day actually. So now I'm going to switch out, and I think I go into, oh no, I go into my Goodyear, my Donphan. Since Donphan can really take a rock hit, and since it's burn, even if it goes for an earthquake predicting something else, I could take it as well. And I have leftovers, so I think that puts me back at half. I might be 1 point. I mean, yeah, I thought it was not half. I thought it was off by 1, but yeah, he just decides to just cut his losses and go and leave. Then he goes into Bronzong. Well, I go for a knockoff. I was actually going to go for a Smooth Rock, but he goes into this, and then he just switches out after he just switches it in. And I think I go for another. No, I didn't go for. Right, I went for a Raspberry Spin simply because I thought he was going to be faster for some reason, and then just set up Stealth Rocks, but that didn't happen. But no, I'm actually going to go for the knockoff on the. On the Slowbro, and it's actually Specs, so it's a good thing I decided not to go for Earthquake that turn, otherwise that would have been worse for me. So he goes for the Scald and knocks me down pretty low, and lucky for me I didn't get the burn. So now I figured might as well see how much an Earthquake could do, but he ends up switching and going back into Gigalith, gets the sand back up, so luck good for him, but I end up going for the Earthquake, and it turns out that the Earthquake was so strong, that it ended up knocking it out. So yeah, don't underestimate Donphan. Donphan is still has a lot of, it's still good in some cases. So yeah, Gigalith goes down from 1 Earthquake, even though Gigalith is just is a bulky monster as well. So now he goes into his his Blastoise, and I know, and I figured might as well get the sun up to limit his water attacks when he Mega Evolves. So I go into Ninetales to set back up the drought. Ninetales losing here now really wouldn't matter in the long run, but I decided to just bring it back in just to get the sun back up so his Mega Launcher water pulses wouldn't hit. But he ends up going for the Aura Sphere instead. I guess knowing fully well that I would probably go into this, or he was predicting something else. But instead of not finishing me off, he decides to switch and goes into his Umbreon, and then I just go for the Solar Beam. And I end up going for the Solar Beam because I know I'm going to be faster than Mega Blastoise at any point in time. So he just goes for... So yeah, so now I'm going to switch out, and I'm actually going to go into my own Gigalith. This isn't a Sandstorm Gigalith. I mean a Sandstream Gigalith. This is actually Sturdy Gigalith with Cut Set Berry and Explosion for those desperate moments. But he ends up switching out while I go for Stone Edge. He actually went for Hue Bell, but I can't remember anything that was status, so I don't see why he went for that. So here I went for 2 Stone Edges. The first one was for the Umbreon because I know it would still hurt, but then excuse me, but he swapped into Bronzong. The first one did a pretty decent amount, so I figured I could 2-hit KO it. So I went for the other one, and he actually did kill. But then, so now he went into Blastoise, and then for some reason he swapped out. He probably figured that I was sturdy, so I would live and go for a hit. So he swapped out and went into his Mandibuzz. So now I got the rocks up. I swapped out, and now I went back into Ninetales. Just so I could get back at the sun. He goes for the Toxic, and I don't think this Toxic is at a point where it knocks me out from poison, so I could get some damage on the Ninetales first before anything else. I figured he might want to switch and go back into Blastoise, but I still figured might as well go straight for the Fire Blast anyway. But he ends up going back into the Umbreon for some strange reason, and while Umbreon has a lot of special defense, it doesn't taste too great. I don't know how much that is, but it looks like I would say I would say that was 25 probably. I don't know much about calculations, but now I'm going to go into Charizard, and it's going to die from a solar powered sun boosted Flamethrower. That's also a stab, so yeah, it kind of hurt. So now he's going to go into Blastoise, and don't know why he goes into this. I don't think he has anything else, but I switch out because I don't think that Solar Beam would be strong enough to knock it out. So we go into this, but he ends up going for the Rapid Spin to get rid of the rocks. I guess that was another play he could do, because if he survived the what's it called, the Solar Beam, he could still get rid of rocks. But he swaps up because he knows I'm gonna go for a grass move into his Mandibuzz, but I end up going for the Sludge Bomb instead, and it does pretty good. I don't think he could actually outlast me in this fight. And what's worse is that the second Sludge Bomb just got a crit, and I also got the poison on that crit. So he ended up going for the knockoff instead of the Roost, probably thinking that he could probably take 3 Sludge Bombs thanks to leftovers, but that's not the case. So he ends up dying from the poison, even though leftovers healed him a bit. So now he's actually going to go back into his Slowbro, right, had to remember real quick. So I actually decided that I'm going to stay here and fight this thing 1v1 and go for the Sleep Powder. I actually landed Sleep Powder because I had a feeling that if it was Psychic or Side Shock, I would have died there. But I still have more Pokemon to use. So yeah, I'm actually going to just take this moment to get my health back up, since even though my Life Orb is gone, that does a pretty good amount, and it almost puts me back at full health. And he actually stays asleep, so I think this is pretty much where Venusaur pretty much just cleans up. I finish it off with the Giga Drain. I'm pretty much back. I'm nearly at full health. I'm only like 9 off. So he had his last Pokemon is Mega Blastoise. I actually thought this thing might have had Ice Beam, since that's why I was playing around it a little bit. But I don't think it had Ice Beam. It showed off Aura Sphere, Rapid Spin, and here it shows off Dragon Pulse. I assume that his last move would probably be Water Pulse, but he didn't go for it at any point in time, so I'm not even sure. It's probably Aura Sphere, Dragon Pulse, Dark Pulse, and Rapid Spin. But yeah, I take the Dragon Pulse really well. Go for the Giga Drain, and I just finish it off. So yeah, that was pretty much it. That was another good battle that I actually enjoyed playing. A little bit longer than the first one, because there was a lot of switching, and it wasn't a sweep. So yeah, that was pretty much it. If you enjoyed this battle, don't forget to leave a like. And one more thing before I leave, I actually think, I don't know if this will happen later tonight or early in the morning, but the next video should be out by then, because I feel to make up for lost time, I'm actually gonna try to get the rest out within a certain time frame, at least before the week is out. The other 2 videos should be out after this one. So I will see you next time when we get to round 3, which I actually think is the semi-finals. I don't know. I'll check that next time. Peace.